Welcome to the socials of 94.3 Radio 1 and yet another episode of our series which we like to call Binge Watch, where we talk about iconic TV shows or movie series that you either binge watch or can binge watch. And today's episode is about one of the most iconic portrayals in the superhero world. We are talking about Wolverine. What was considered to be his last portrayal was overturned by Deadpool and Wolverine. We of course are talking about Hugh Jackman as Logan, and the movie that we're talking about today is also Logan. So without further ado, let's go! Okay, so this is the third outing of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in his solo movies. He's of course been a part of the X-Men movies ever since the early 2000s, and this movie has been directed by James Mangold, who also later went on to direct the incredible sports drama that is Ford vs Ferrari, starring Christian Bale and Matt Damon. Before we get into other things, let's talk about the plot of Logan. In a dystopian 2029, no mutants have been born in 25 years. Logan's healing ability has weakened and he has physically aged. The adamantium coating on his skeleton has begun to leach into his body, poisoning him. Hiding in plain sight, Logan spends his days working as a limo driver in El Paso, Texas. In an abandoned smelting plant in northern Mexico, he and mutant tracker Caliban care for 90-year-old Charles Xavier, Professor X, Logan's mentor and the founder of X-Men. Charles, a telepath, has developed a form of dementia that causes him to having seizures unless controlled with medication. It is alluded that a seizure 1 year prior, releasing a destructive wave of telepathic powers, had killed 7 mutants, thus leaving the three, Logan, Charles and Caliban, as the last of X-Men. So here's what I love about Logan. Firstly, let's talk about Hugh Jackman's portrayal, his iconic portrayal as Wolverine aka Logan, or Logan aka Wolverine, because you had 3 Spider-Mans, you had 3 Batmans, you had 2 Supermans, and Hugh Jackman has always been the person playing the live action version of Wolverine, and it's such a commendable feat. We of course get to see him in Deadpool and Wolverine on July 26th, but it is so cool that this man has really cemented his place. There have been so many people who've been in reckoning to play Wolverine, but this man has really stood the test of time, and a lot of movies have shown different shades to his portrayal as Wolverine. You of course had the original X-Men trilogy, then you had X-Men Days of Future Past as well. Mind you, there have been 2 generations of X-Men that have been there as well in Wolverine. He of course had the OG trilogy of X-Men with Patrick Stewart and Sir Ian McKellen, and then he had Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy playing both Magneto and Professor X, and it is such an incredible portrayal. One of my favorite portrayals, if you ask me, is his role in X-Men Days of Future Past, which also towards the end of it leads up to what Logan is going to be in 2017, and it's been a 7-year long wait of having Hugh Jackman back in the role, and I'm really excited to see Shawn Levy's iteration of Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine, because you get to see him in the yellow costume for the first time. But our focus for today is of course on Logan, the incredible movie that James Mangold directed, and what a great partnership he has with some great actors. Patrick Stewart and his chemistry is something that everyone has loved, and of course his chemistry with X-23 is also so wonderful. So we're going to talk about what is my favorite part of Logan and my favorite part of the show, which is called My Favorite. Okay, so it's time for my favorite, and there are a total of 3 scenes that I particularly like to talk about, which are my favorites from Logan. And the first scene is of course the opening scene of Logan, where you have Logan in his suit against the thugs with his claws out. Badass Wolverine stuff. I absolutely love it. My second favorite scene is Laura versus the Reavers. What an incredible fight scene. You get Professor X chilling in the car, and there's a whole car chase sequence, and there's brilliant portrayal by the 12-year-old at that time, and I really love that scene. And my third favorite scene is Logan versus X-24, which is such a brilliant action scene, and you really get to see the range of Hugh Jackman in that scene. I particularly love these 3 scenes, but coming to my favorite characters from Logan, of course it has to be the titular character Logan aka Wolverine, and Hugh Jackman's portrayal of the same. So iconic, and really a great send-off to his character arc in that universe, the X-Men universe, and it wraps up and ties all the loose ends so beautifully. It's such a brilliant movie and such a brilliant portrayal. And of course the legend Patrick Stewart, Sir Patrick Stewart as Professor X, Charles X Xavier, and I absolutely love his performance. He's been so great. He was great in Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness as well, and it's rumored, spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1, that he's going to be a part of Deadpool and Wolverine as well. So I'm so excited to watch Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart back again on screen, and of course with our boy Ryan Reynolds, so a lot to look forward to. And of course my third favorite portrayal is of course of X-23 by Daphne Keane. What a great performance by this young lady in this movie, and I absolutely loved it. So these are my favorite characters and favorite moments from Logan. Well, it's time for celebrity intervention, or what we like to now call your favorite. It's basically me talking about what's my favorite on the show. We have someone in our studio, a celebrity that we catch hold of and ask them what is it that they are binge watching. So it's time for your favorite. Okay, to make some bilateral ties come to light, we've got Nato and Bhaarat today in the Radio 1 studios, 94.3 Radio 1 studios, and you are in the middle of the episode of Binge Watch. And Nato, I'd love to know from you, what is that TV show, movie series that you've been binge watching of lately?
Okay, so I watch TV very less, and I also watch online anything very less. But one thing, One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill?
Yes.
You like that? What's your favorite character from One Tree Hill?
Rachel.
Lucas? Lucas?
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
We were just talking about it with...
You were talking about that?
Yeah.
How cool. And what's your favorite movie series, if I were to ask you? Favorite?
Hobbit.
Hobbit? Oh, wow.
And also Battleship. I really
Battleship?
like, because the whole spirit of survival, whole spirit of the warrior movies, they always inspire me. The warrior movies, people coming together, the brothers and sisters coming together, the whole clan fight towards evil and the goodness wins. That always inspires me.
That always inspires you?
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much for those recommendations, Nato. And you have to go and check out whatever she said. And check out her brilliant music as well. A phenomenal artist, Neha Tomar, aka Nato. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bhaarat. This is Nato The Artist and Bhaarat.
Bhaarat, yes. Well, that's it for today's iteration of your favorite on our Logan episode of Binge Watch. Thank you so much for your recommendations. Please go and check out the recommendations that you just got. And that's it for our episode as well. Thank you so much for watching. We do this every week right here on Radio 1 International. It's called Binge Watch. I'm your host Bhaarat, and big shout out to Dio Man who shoots and edits Binge Watch with so much of passion and precision. He's the producer of our show. Please go and show him some love in the comment section as well. And you can find our Instagram IDs in the description box as well. We love to know from you what is it that you're liking. Comment down your favorite characters from Logan. Your favorite X-Men movies. How excited are you for Deadpool and Wolverine? I personally am really excited. We'd love to know more from you. Until then, we're going to see you in the next episode of Binge Watch. You can also comment down what is it that you like for us to cover in the form of TV shows or movie series, because that's what Binge Watch is all about. And we'll see you in the next episode. Until then, it's me, your host Bhaarat. Bye-bye.
94.3 Radio 1.